Emily, 27 female, has been my best friend forever. She's been dating Ryan, 28 male, for 3 years and they seemed perfect together. She was head over heels for him and they'd even started talking about getting married. I liked Ryan too until last Friday. I was out at a bar with some co-workers when I saw Ryan sitting in a booth across the room. At first I thought, oh cool, small world, but then I noticed he wasn't alone. He was with another woman and they were too close to be friends. They were laughing, leaning into each other, and then, clear as day, he kissed her. I didn't know what to do. If I told Emily, Ryan could easily twist the story and make me look like a jealous witch who wants to ruin their relationship. So I pulled out my phone and took a short video of them together. But on my way out, I approached Ryan and confronted him. I told him I saw everything and that I wasn't going to let him get away with it. He went mental. He called me crazy and intoxicated and said I was imagining things, but I said I filmed him. He yelled that I'd ruin everything if I dared to show the video to Emily. He even tried to grab my phone, but I walked away and told him it wasn't up to him anymore. The next day I got sober and I went straight to Emily's place and told her what happened. At first she looked like she didn't believe me, so I showed her the video. Her jaw dropped and then she just snapped into action. She didn't cry or scream. She grabbed a trash bag, started throwing all of Ryan's clothes and crap into it, and told me to do the same. Then she called some dude to change the locks on their apartment. When Ryan showed up later to talk, his things were already on the sidewalk and Emily wouldn't even let him inside. She blocked him on everything. Emily's been eerily calm since then. She thanked me for telling her, but has yet to really talk about it much. Meanwhile, some of our mutual friends think I overstepped by filming Ryan and confronting him, saying it wasn't my place, she probably already knew it. Now I'm questioning myself. Am I the idiot for showing my best friend the video I took? Girl, you're not the idiot. You did the right thing by telling Emily. It was hard, but you helped her. The fact that she thanked you is all that you need. Give her time to process her grief in the way she needs to. You've already done the important part. You also need to dump all of the friends telling you you overstepped. Agreed. Those people telling you you did wrong are not your friends, and you will be so much better off without all of them. They do not have your back and never did. But your bestie now knows beyond any doubt you will always have her back, no matter how hard the truth is or what you're risking. And that is far more valuable than anything they could offer you. OP, you are a great friend and I wish more people were like you. About 3 months ago, I was laid off for my job in the tech industry. It was unexpected and a big hit for me mentally as I enjoy working and feeling good at my job and contributing. I've been working through a resulting identity crisis with my therapist. Still, I hate being at home and not having a routine, so I've also been applying far and wide. I've had a couple interviews, but I'm still waiting for an offer. Last week, I was invited to complete a timed written test for a company that I would love to work for. They informed me in advance that the time test would last an hour and told me the date and time when they would send it to me. I'm someone who gets extremely nervous during interviews and these things, so I spend a lot of time preparing. But I also told my husband that I would need to not be disturbed during the test at all. I asked him to please not walk into the room during the duration of the test at all and to not bother me in any way because I know how stressed I get and how I need maximum focus, and he reassured me that he understood. Fast forward to yesterday's test. I was taking it in our second bedroom office with the door closed. With about 15 minutes to go, the nerves and stress started to set in and I was a little frantic trying to finish the task and leave myself time to proofread. That's when my husband walked into the room saying, "Sorry, ignore me, ignore me." Right away I said, "Please get out," and he said, "Ignore me, I just need to grab something quickly," and started digging through the drawer of the desk I was sitting at. That's when I lost my temper and yelled, "I can't ignore you, I need you to not be standing over me right now, just get the heck out." He left and made a point to slam the door. Afterward, I came out to apologize to him and explain that I was just really stressed and had repeatedly asked him to stay out of the second bedroom for 1 hour. He said he doesn't understand why it's such a big deal and that I massively overreacted by snapping and hurt his feelings. It's been over 24 hours and he's still angry at me. Am I the idiot? Edit, he hasn't been working in the past year. He trades crypto and he made a lot of money off it this year, but I'm the one who had a more stable income until I was laid off. He was looking for his headphones. Crypto? Oh dear, not the idiot, but why did you apologize at all? How do you not recognize that he tried to sabotage you? His headphones? At the drawer you were sitting at? He is officially an idiot, possibly risking a new job for headphones. You could buy him a damn pair of $500 bows with the money you would stand to lose. Is he supportive of your career? Do you make more money than him? Have you had disagreements on whether you should be taking on more domestic duties? Have you had conversations regarding children? He knows exactly what he was doing, and frankly, you underreacted. Why are his hurt feelings a whole thing when he's the one who messed you up? It was deliberate. He knew she had the test, that it was timed, and she asked him to leave her alone for that time period. He can be as hurt as he wants, but whatever crap he needed could have waited. If it had been that important, he should have gotten it before the test. My God, he's the idiot factorial. You don't see that every day. And he's a crypto bro. Dude, that is an extremely unreliable way to make money, and just about everyone who does ends up losing big eventually. That doesn't speak well to his future planning ability, and the fact that he can't even give you privacy for a single hour when he was warned in advance is a massive red flag. I divorced yesterday to avoid going down with that financial Titanic the dude is sailing on. My mother-in-law and sister-in-law have this really intense hatred for my name. It's become an obsession to the point they're in groups on different parts of the internet and mock my name, comment on how embarrassing it is to be associated with me, etc. My father-in-law is the reason my husband and I know this. He's grabbed screenshots and forwarded them to my husband to show just how bad this is. My name's Dove. I've always loved my name, but they think it's weird and a tragedy. They have a few groups they're a part of, and their only contribution is to mention me and my name and how awful my name is and how awful my parents are for choosing this as my name. This stuff does spill over into in-person reactions. My mother-in-law spent a month trying to call me Diane because she felt that calling me a normal name would be a positive. My husband shut her down and said she either had to use my name or not see us, and he didn't care what she picked, but they were the only options. My mother-in-law and sister-in-law, this is my husband's oldest sister, have pressed me on why I won't change my name legally and why I use my name in daily life. They're really judgmental about names in general. Whenever sister-in-law's kids start in a new class, sister-in-law and mother-in-law go through the names on the class list and mock these kids for their names unless they approve of said names. A post recently made my husband say enough is enough and we won't see them again. They were critical about my name and the fact that I would be contributing to the name of all our future kids, and how scary they find it because they don't want little tragedies being born into our family, and how they have no faith that I won't have a bunch of little doves and become the female George Foreman. My husband told them it was disgusting that they were going on this internet hate campaign against me and my name, and he was done. Their angry father-in-law has been feeding us all the info, and they're angry I won't tell my husband it's okay. They confronted me in public and I told them their obsession with hating my name is weird, and I don't want that poison around any kids I have, which they also hated, and apparently, according to father-in-law, they're still angry I said that to them. Am I the idiot? They don't like you, and that is the only way they can actually get that across without looking like haters, but they look like haters anyway. You're not the idiot. They are bullying you like middle schoolers. As you cut them off, make sure you tell them they're weird and off-putting and strange people. And I love the name Dove. Imagine dedicating your entire personality to hating someone's name. Like, rent-free doesn't even cover it at this point. You're a full-blown landlord in their minds. Dove is a beautiful name, and the real tragedy is their obsession with it. Perfect revenge would be to call your kids Sparrow and Raven, and you don't want mother-in-law and sister-in-law to feel left out, so grandkids will be taught to lovingly call them Vulture and Auntie Titmouse. No, mother-in-law should be cuckoo since she dumps her problems on others and doesn't take responsibility herself. There is a famous person with the same name. Sure, it's different, but even if your name was actually Tragedy, it's your name and you like it, and it doesn't affect them at all. Let them have their normal Dianes. Also, kudos to your husband for having your back, like a true partner should. Let him handle his family. He's doing a great job. My dad wasn't there for me growing up. He and my mom were 22, mom, and 25 him when they had me. He didn't even pay child support for the first 7 years of my life. He was ordered to, but he always found a way to dodge support until eventually he stopped and paid it monthly and had to pay back the arrears. When I was 4, he met his wife and became a father to her daughter, who's 16 months younger than me. When I was 16, he had a change of heart. He reached out to establish a relationship with me and fought to show me that he really wanted this. I hesitantly agreed. He was trying really hard and even paid Mom a huge lump sum of the owed child support from before. What sort of won me around was how he handled his stepdaughter. She wanted me to live with them and wanted a brother because my dad and his wife had 3 daughters together, as did his stepdaughter, but they considered each other father and daughter because her father wasn't in her life. She was really pushy with me about moving in with them and insisted my mom kept me from Dad and the family. This wasn't true, but she wanted to paint my mom as the bad guy. Dad told her she was wrong. He sat her down with me there and told her he was a bad dad to me and made those choices and that I didn't need to move in. He kept his ground even when she pouted and acted like a baby about it. I never wanted to be her brother and I didn't like her. We have a lot of bad blood because she knows I don't want to be her brother and feels like I was wrong to not move in with them, while I find her entitled, selfish and bratty. But Dad didn't punish me for it or make it seem like I was wrong for not wanting to leave Mom after she raised me solo my whole life up to that point. He even paid for my college and was there when I needed him. My relationship with him improved, but his stepdaughter and his daughters came before me. That was something I always felt. The last year has been different for me and him. He's wanted me to be more involved in his family and get closer to his stepdaughter. He told me I've had 10 years to embrace everyone and become a full member of the family instead of treating his stepdaughter like she's the enemy. I told him it wasn't going to happen. There was drama a few months ago because rumors have circulated that his stepdaughter's boyfriend cheats on her a lot. There's no proof to my knowledge, but the rumors show no sign of stopping and more of them come out as the months pass. I got engaged last year, and a month ago my fiancé and I set the date. My dad and his stepdaughter did a Zoom call with me about it, and she wanted me to give the date up because she's engaged now and wants to get married on that date. I said no. She whined and I ignored her. She went along and booked the date and then called Dad via Zoom and he called me and she said she needed Dad to give her away. She said I had to find another date. I told her to get out and left the call. Dad called me and said he needs to be there for her and he doesn't want to miss my wedding, so please move the date. To me, it was just a step too far and I told him to get out of my life and attend his stepdaughter's wedding. I understood he raised the girls, so they were first for him, but for all the fighting he did for me, to put this girl before me was too much and for something I booked first. Besides, he made it clear whose wedding he'd attend. My dad has tried to reach out despite what I said, and his wife sent a long email the other night saying I should have compassion and understanding for him. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. Compassion for what? Your dad already showed where his loyalties lie. You set your date first. She set hers on the same day to force your father into choosing her. He did. There's nothing for you to do here, except recognize how awful they are and choose not to keep this drama in your life. I would go no contact with the lot. I agree. Your dad prioritized her over you, even after everything you went through to rebuild your relationship. They all crossed a line and it's completely fair for you to step away from that drama. Going no contact might be the healthiest choice at this point, OP, and I'm willing to bet that the stepsister's wedding doesn't take place, and Dad will try to come to yours. Do not let him. Block him and the lot of them, and have a beautiful wedding and a long and happy marriage. For context, I, 25 male, live with my boyfriend, 27, with our dog. I have ADHD and work from home Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. My boyfriend works Monday to Thursday and Saturday with varying schedules each week. Today I began work as normal at 9 a.m. in our living room and took my ADHD medication at the same time. I attempted to work to the best of my ability while waiting for the medication to kick in. Typically, on days when my boyfriend is working early, he'll walk the dog before leaving for work and I'll feed him when I get up. On days when he works late or not at all, he usually feeds the dog first and then walks him a little later. I'll then handle the evening and night walks alongside nightly feeding. Now here is where the issue lies. Today, my boyfriend didn't get out of bed until closer to 11:30 a.m. I'd already begun work, and by this time my medication was well and truly kicked in. I was hyper-focused on the tasks I had to do for work, and my boyfriend knows that this usually happens. Unfortunately, since the dog hadn't been walked by the time my boyfriend got out of bed, he ended up peeing on the floor. I shot up, ran to the front door of our apartment, and unlocked and opened the door, shouting at my boyfriend on the way to let him know what had happened. He ended up going outside and peed again on the ground outside. I let the dog back inside, returned to the living room, and sat down to begin working again. My boyfriend then said something to the effect of, "So, are you just not going to clean up the floor?" To which I replied, "I'm working, can you not get it?" considering that he wasn't doing anything at the time. His argument against this was, I cleaned it up last time. I mean, who's keeping score though? Am I right? Here's where I may be the idiot. I got angry by this and responded by basically saying, who keeps a mental note of cleaning up their dog pee to hold it over someone else's head for later use? I'm trying to work while you're not doing anything. Grow up. Now, I can fully appreciate that in this circumstance we're both idiots to a degree for allowing this to occur in the first place. Acknowledging that my boyfriend hadn't taken the dog out, I should have been proactive in doing so myself. My boyfriend is the idiot for not doing this either. However, I'm more concerned about the following argument. Should it have been my job at that point because he cleaned it up last time? Does it matter who cleaned it up last time if one of us is freer to do so? So, am I the idiot? Edit, for clarification, my boyfriend was awake from the time I got up, 8:50 a.m, and was still awake when this occurred. He was just lying in bed on his phone. Everyone's the idiot here. Learn to take accountability and don't use ADHD as a crutch. I'm not trying to be mean, but I have ADHD and it severely impacts my day-to-day routine. I used to blame my ADHD all the time for not remembering to take care of things, but that just allowed me to shirk my responsibilities and hold myself accountable. I don't think your boyfriend is as big of an idiot since it's his day off. Buddy probably just wanted to chill out for a bit, but I know I stay in bed extra long on my days off. Yeah, you both neglected the dog. Stop using ADHD as an excuse. I understand accidents can happen, but this sounds like a recurring issue since he says, I cleaned it up last time. I feel bad for that poor dog trying to hold it in as long as he can and eventually having to go on the floor while two capable adults in the house just can't be bothered to take their dog out. When you get a pet, it's your responsibility to take care of it.